There we go.
There he is.
There we go.
There we go. Bro, it's so weird to interview someone that I already know well.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. Are you ready to see my hair?
Yeah. What? No way.
We're back to all of man.
What?
So let me get some deodorant going. Let me just look after myself.
The first time we met was when I interviewed you on Itch FM.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you known Tia for a year. And I was like, raw. Like,
That's mad because it's mad how time flies. Yeah, so me and you have performed together quite a lot of times. Had you on at Maps.
Indeed.
Had you on radio, obviously.
Overconfident, I'm a dick. Mr. Green, do the shit.
How's quarantine been treating you?
Not too bad. I feel like I've learned a lot. Like, just in terms of having time with myself. Because I was living alone for, I was still in, I've just moved back home. So I was still in Reading for most of it. And it's like ups and downs. I feel like everyone had what I called the quarantine dip. Like everyone I spoke to had like one dip in like morale or like one period of time where they just like weren't themselves for whatever reason. But I don't know, it's definitely taught me to look after myself, like actually look after myself, like just.
And it's natural for it to be up and down. But you were in Reading, so now you've moved back from university back home. And how's that been for you?
It's a bit of, I moved literally on Thursday and today is Saturday. So massive check, like I haven't been told what to, no one's told me what to do for the past 3 years. Do you get what I mean? Like I might have heard mum's voice in my head, but like now I'm hearing it for real again, and it's just like, but over, like it's nice to be back home. It's nice to know that my stuff's not going anywhere. As in like now, like I know that I've set up, and it's like, this is like, you know, this is where I'm at now. So that's kind of nice. But it's definitely it's a change. But I was never gonna stay in Red. Like I did everything I needed to do. I feel like I did uni. I made my friends. Like, you know, like I did it. Like, you know, there's nothing more to do. So, yeah.
Getting back to the roots.
Get back to the roots. Yeah.
How did you first get into music?
Like my family had always been playing. Like I've been around music. To be honest, I first started listening to my own music. Like I started figuring out what I like in. Like as soon as I got Spotify on my phone, is when I could start adding albums and start figuring out what I was liking, like consuming it, how I do now. So I would say I started listening to music in like year 12, 13, but I was making music before I started listening to music properly, which was probably a good thing because I was just like, well, I think this is hard. So this is going in, you know, I could form me a bit more before listening to everyone else. So I think from like year, I want to say like 9-ish, I was like rapping in school, like just with my friends. Like we had a WhatsApp group chat where we'd send diss tracks to each other. Gio, are you all right?
Yeah, why?
Why do you slow down? Are you looking at me?
Yeah.
Oh, so
yeah. I was zoned in. Wait, carry on.
But yeah, we had like a WhatsApp group chat. No, sorry. We had like a WhatsApp group chat where we were making like diss tracks and stuff in there. And I was watching like Bear, you know, like Don't Flop. I was watching Bear, Don't Flop.
Yeah.
Which was probably good for me because like the way battle rappers phrase their, I've always said this, that the way battle rappers phrase their bars, they're like the most skilled because you have to write bars that are caught in the building, that hit on camera, and you have to remember 3 rounds live and deliver it in a way that like people want to hear, which is extremely, like, to me, they're some of the most talented like lyricists.
100%. The way that they come with a whole album of material for one battle is insane.
Like I'm gonna pull out this relevant thing to what I was talking about earlier. That's what I'm saying. I love battle rap, bro. And so I was into that from young, which was good.
So Don't Flop is a battle rap platform.
Yes.
And I can completely see where you've got that Don't Flop influence because your bars are comical and they have a certain like very witty edge to them, which I can see
Appreciate
definitely comes from that.
From the WhatsApp, like we were having like back and forth, like we'd have like battles with people. I was like, I'm just gonna make songs, like, cause I can, no one can tell me I've won or lost on a song.
Battling kind of can set you up. If you can successfully murk someone, you know
Like
what I mean?
aim material at someone and make
Yeah.
it cohesive, then yeah, I agree.
Yeah. By the way, it says Mr. Green.
Incorrect spelling, but we'll let it slide though.
Oh, you like your fully spelled Mister,
No,
as
no,
I learned.
the
So you went to university to train to be a primary school teacher, and you're
Yeah.
actually going to be called Mr. Green. So
yes, the name works on the name actually works on like so many different levels. Like that's actually my name, as in like that's my like granddad's name, like, and I wasn't, that's not my birth name. Like we got it changed to Mr. Green. Like I'm a Green, bro. Like it's deep. It's more than like that's just I am Mr. Green. Like literally. So like in multiple different ways. Like that's yeah. The first songs I was recording were on Apple earphones. So I'm not gonna lie, because of the old songs are like I don't know if they're on private. They're for me. I've got them all, but all the SoundCloud songs up to a point, I've just like quality wise, they're not where, you know, they serve their purpose. I feel so, but I don't really want them out there like that. But I'll start making.
But which
songs on
ones are you
SoundCloud.
talking about though? You mean the ones that you recorded with the earphones, or?
Yeah, like the first ones. I'm like Team on My Back, Perfect, Mr. MVP. Like
could you say any lyrics from those songs, or?
The lyric, I was like, step to the mic, it's your boy Mr. Greeny, too bold, too cold, flowing like Fiji. I know that she see me, flow sweet like Kiwi. Stop all the partying. Why are you starting? I am a Spartan. They can't defeat me. I said, you can't defeat me. Something. Why must you beef me? Or like stop trying to beef me. Something moving like breezy, moving like in and out. I'm like, Mr. This was like 2017. You could check.
And you've got some absolute belters, mate. First time I heard your song, actually, it's not an exaggeration. It happens for me like very once in a while where I find someone I'm actually mind blown by it. Dance Floor, Rugrat, both of them.
Oh, I appreciate you, bro.
Like all of them. Also overconfident. I'm a dick, Mr. Green. Like I literally know all the words to all of your songs. But no, you know, I remember because when I was in the front,
yeah,
I'm
acting surprised. I know this. Like,
you know that. Do you remember?
Oh, what?
I remember, bro. I remember you skipped out a lyric, and then I filled it in.
At the show, I remember that.
The craziest thing about music as well, because it's like people that I would otherwise be fanboys of, I know, and it's like it's sick. Which was the first song that you dropped and you thought, do you know what, this is a banger?
I'm not gonna lie, every single one. I like until
But
I
the
like,
first one.
I'm not gonna lie. I honestly like now looking back, I'm like, okay, like sound quality wise, I honestly thought I was gonna pop with like, I thought I was gonna be like Lil Pump, bro. I was like, oh, give me like 5 songs. I'm gonna be up. Like, give me like 5. I thought because I started making music in like the SoundCloud, like when SoundCloud rap was popping, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do that then. But then I would say the first one where On Your Lawn with Cam, I like probably say Big Lip Bandit. Like I knew that one was like if you go to the comment section of the beat itself, I literally said I was like, fire track pending. I'm gonna make a track to this, and then I did, and then like. Big Lip Bandit, I was like, oh, this is hard. Like, I like this one. I want to get on beats that I feel like I can add something to, but there has to be something there already. Like, the dance floor beat was like, I'd had it on, I used to save loads, I still have them. I saved loads and loads and loads of beats, like type beats on my watch later on YouTube. So I've got like hundreds and hundreds of beats on there. And then I had the dance floor one by this guy called Steve's on there. And then like, I don't know, like you just have to go digging. Like I would because I would know what I'm looking for. So and it must be out there because I found it before. So yeah.
And how did your sound develop towards what it is today?
Just trying things out, just trying to get better with each song. So like on SoundCloud, more or less, like the order the songs are out is the order that I made them. So like from the bottom to the top, like there hopefully should be some improvement. So that's kind of would say how I've got to where I am. It's just one song at a time, and then just literally trying to make a better song than the last one I put out, because I'm not in the position. I want to get to the point where I can like I want like songs in the vault. Like I want to just have I'm very much like one song at a time and then out one song at a time, just because I'm juggling it with uni and all this. So, but yeah, that's how I would say we got there. It's trial and error, truthfully. I still don't feel like I've made my best song yet though, which is good.
How would you best describe your sound? There's just this massive bee circling me.
It's literally just myself. Like as close to, I would say like loud, obnoxious, in your face.
You're also at the same time as having in your face music. Oh, you're the nicest geezer.
You know, like, yeah, I am a nice guy. Yeah, songs is like a chance for me to, like, that's where, like, it's like, you know, like where you write stuff down. You're like that's how you know how like Earl said this. He's like, that's the medium he uses to figure out his life, and like, it's not to the same extent, but like, there's definitely things that where I'm like, I need to get that out. I need to get it off my chest, and so that's why it's like, it just makes sense for it to be closer to home, because how am I can't rap it with conviction otherwise. Like at the shows and stuff, I can't rap stuff that doesn't mean anything to me. So that's why it kind of has to, like, I have to be talking about something that means something.
Why did you naturally revolve towards the music that you make now?
As a person, like I wear my heart, like I'm quite, like I can literally only be myself. That's like, I don't know any different, so I'm not gonna. And the thing, largely, as in like my friends will be like, the people that I'm around, like if I'm talking, like I'll just get called out. Like if it's like, run up in the house and I did this and I really was out here and it's just like people know me and they're like, that's incorrect. So, you know, you just gotta be yourself and just speak your truth, I guess. Like the amount of times I'll listen to a song and I'll be like, those bars, like you've said those bars, but I could say those bars. Gio could say those bars. My mum could say those. Anyone could rap what you just said. Like it's not. Whereas like I want to be like, my goal is I want to be the best at making Mr. Green songs, because then you're irreplaceable. Do you know what I mean? Like if the only place you can get Mr. Green is Mr. Green, then you're irreplaceable. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
you talk about normal stuff. It feels so authentic. It feels so authentic. Like I'm on the dance floor till I can't dance more. Like when you're like, close at 3.
On dance floor, I was like, right, I'm just gonna try and rap really well, but what I'm actually talking about, I want to be like, just like what I want. But like, if I like, it sounds good, but like, there's certain things I want to say, like, and I want it to like, I want the flows and stuff to like carry it.
Being yourself so much also, I think, takes you out of the kind of UK grime box, if you know what I mean. Because when I first heard it, the first person I thought of was Ski Mask as its biggest similarity.
Shout out Ski Mask.
So just following on from that, who are your biggest influences?
I think, me personally, I think Slow Tie is actually incredible. Like I think he's getting better. The stuff he has with Kenny is like crazy. Like,
what makes him incredible?
For me, right? So I've talked to you about this before. For me, it's like the fact that like he's got like him as a person and his music match.
Yeah, and so do you think what's particularly influenced you about him is his just kind of being himself, being rowdy?
One thing he said in an interview that stuck with me is that he goes like he had to get used to his voice. Like the amount of times I'll record something and be like, I don't like the way that sounds, but like, and I'll try and do it multiple different times, and it's just like, oh, that's just the way it comes out. Like I think accepting how you sound, like he kind of helped me to do that, because obviously the way he raps, like, you know, he's just all over the place. I'm like, you know, like I guess so. Like he's only himself, so I can be kind of thing. Like that's how I see it. I remember my first time hearing Tea and Biscuits. Like it was one of them where I was like, I was just like, where's this been? Where have I been? Oh, okay, well, he's hard. Like, obviously, where has he been? Like that. Yeah. It was one of them, like, Yeah,
And so on top of that, you've got some American influences as well. So
yeah.
like
I
Baby
like
Keem.
Baby Keem's hard, and he makes his own beats, which kind of inspired me to try and do the same. And then Baby Keem, Tyler the Creator. To me, Tyler the Creator is like the best overall. It's my opinion, but he's the best overall artist in terms of like the music linking to the fashion, linking to the cover art, linking to this, like the golf, like his brand is like it just
And
spans everything he does.
you're meticulous about the way you brand yourself, which is obviously the best way to be. But now that
Appreciate that.
music and everything else links together. So just following on from that as well, yeah. You've started producing recently. Oh, you've sent me beats. I've just felt you improve so much. It's
Thank you.
crazy. So how are you finding that, and how are you finding that influences the way that you rap?
Making beats is like I personally think it's way harder than rapping. Like in terms of just like it just takes a lot of time to like make something sound cohesive and like make
Yeah.
something sound how it should, which is
Yeah.
I enjoy it. Like it's very rewarding, and mainly I didn't have a I didn't have my mic with me in uni, so me coming back home was like it'd be good if I can come back with something I couldn't do before. So the beats is like just literally watching Kenny B, and then the sessions with Karma Kid helped a lot because to see a top producer do their thing, I was asking him loads of questions, which was helpful. Like little things, like he would create a 4-bar space without highlighting everything and dragging it, and I was like, all right, how did you do that? And then little things like that really helped.
So that brings us naturally to your new release, Total Sampat. So that is produced by Karma Kid
and me.
and you. Okay, tell me about that tune, bro.
We had a session before Christmas, which was I remember that I had a session. My first session with Karma Kid was on December 14th.
Yeah.
And I remember because that was my first date with my other half. So I had the session with him in the day, went out with her in the evening. So that was like the start of like that's a special day to me.
That sounds like a good day.
Yeah. Didn't eat anything though. I was hungry the whole
day. You ate some nani though, don't lie.
My first session with Karma Kid was on the 14th. And we made the song, you remember Hurdles? The first one I sent you. We made the song called Hurdles. So over Christmas I was like, right, like let me try and bring something to the sessions. So like we're not starting from completely scratch. Because like I didn't really I just knew I needed to like I don't know, like I was nervous. It's my first session like ever in a proper studio. So like it's just all very new. And so for the second one I was like, right, let me pattern up. And so I brought the Total Sampat beat, I like worked on it. And then like things like the 808 and like certain parts of the beat, like I just couldn't get them to sound how I wanted them to, but I knew that he would be. So like when I gave it to him, I was like, I hope you kind of know what I meant, like here, like you can make it sound like sick, but so I brought it to him and then he just like fully fledged out. Like it was surreal watching him work, honestly. It was so sick. As in like I'd be like I'd just turn around and like he'd have added something and then I couldn't imagine it without what he just added, but I didn't know it needed it. And he just kept doing that like every time. I was like, what? So this is the first song in my head that I was like, I would play if they were like, what kind of music do you make? I'd be like, this is me. I am the Big Lit Bandit. Like, this is me. So that's why, that's kind of why, that's what I was on, really. Come kid, like, we got more.
Can I just put out there? Yeah. I made that happen indirectly. Well, I made the link up happen between you and Common Kid. So
He did.
Okay.
I won't go into the ins and outs, but Gio has helped immensely in terms of the shows, the people who I've been put in contact with, and ultimately Total Sampat. Like a lot of things you helped out with. So thank you.
Thank you, bro. In our first interview, when we were talking about the similarities between teaching in primary school and making a tune. And that actually stuck in my head, you know, because I've been doing tutoring myself. And it's true, like, it's actually true. Like, the way that you have to capture someone's attention. Do you know what I mean?
It's all about. They're both about delivery.
Yeah.
They're both about delivery for sure.
If I was a kid, I'd love to have you as my teacher, man. So.
Oh, good, man. Yeah, I
Um,
enjoy teaching.
and that's all testament to your character, bro. What's your creative process like? How do you come up with the lyrics that you come up with?
So it starts with the beat 9 times out of 10. So I'll find the beats I want or put them to the side, or now I'll try and make them. And then once I have like my first, once I have like my first line, like then I just kind of goes from there. And then like I just try and write. Like once I have an initial line, I just try and write until I can't. Then maybe take a break or like leave it a little bit, and then just write until I can't, and then try and chop and change. And just it's like to me, it's like puzzle piecing. So like I'll just try and write as much as I can.
Sure.
What is that? You got a cat?
Yeah.
Oh, what's her name?
Coco. I know what you mean about puzzle piecing because it actually is like that, and
True.
it's interesting that you say puzzle piecing as well because it also suggests that there is already a frame there.
The hardest thing I feel like with songs is just seeing them through, like the initial like jubilance of like, oh, I've got this beat, like let me do this, and then it's like that can die down. Like I gotta see things through, so like, but like I have to love the tune. To like Rugrat was like I had other stuff going. And then once I heard the Rugrat beat, I was like, oh, like, okay, this, like, we're doing this now. And then that's just how I am.
I guess it is just about capturing that initial feeling of excitement.
Well, one thing Karma Kid said to me actually was that he was like, you don't get too attached. Like, I'll try not to get too attached to ideas, as in like if I have if I have an idea initially that I think is good, and then like I try and sit with it, because in a couple of days I might not think it's that good, or I might think it's even better than I thought it was. Like I don't know, like what I know what I'm looking for. I just want like fire beat, and where can you go wrong with good beats and what I would like to think is good writing? Like where can like it's just about quality. Like I'm just trying to make quality. Like someone like that I look up to is Lucky Lu. That's another one of my favorite artists. Lucki all caps, because he doesn't sound like anyone else, and he's the best at rapping like Lucky. Like no one else sounds like him, and like he's just patterned his own style, which I really respect. And that's just all I'm trying to do. Is just get really good at rapping like me, which is close to like more. The way I come up with bars is literally like I'll like we made a song called do you remember I played you Gabriella? It's not out. It was not out yet, but like that song was made like just like spewing random, like the flows I want. The flows come first, and then the words kind of fit that. So like I'll hear a beat and just be like. I know what I want on it, and then I'll be like, okay, let me try and form some words to this. So, yeah, that's kind of how it comes. Really?
Do you ever get writer's block?
Yeah, all the time. Like, I'll think like, I won't know it's writer's block until like after though. As in, like, I'll just get annoyed. I'll be like, oh, like. Oh, I just can't do it. And then I'll be like, oh, and then I'll come back to it and be like, okay, all right. And it's always when you like, if I get to a point where I can't write anymore, I'll just stop. And then it always surprises me that when I come back, how easy it is to pick up. Where it's like, oh, like I write down a lot of the N words I want, and then try and flesh out the sentence. So like I'll be like, right, like I know how I want this to sound, but I'll be like and then I'll try and make it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm very particular about like Like Lucky's got a sick rhyme scheme. Like I don't want to just rhyme like A B C D. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like I want to be able to rap like only like I want to make it challenge.
So another thing as well is that you have a kind of comical attitude towards serious things in your music, which was really striking for me. So, for example, when you talk about like your dad and you make it
Humorous.
humorous, that was a very striking thing for me
I think
about it.
like I'm like that outside of. I'm learning that that's okay on the tunes, but not necessarily okay in real life. You feel me? So like that's my deflection of like if I can poke fun at it, then it doesn't mean anything. Like if I can talk about it in jest, then it's not as big and scary as it was. Like, I'm quite a jokey person, so I want that. That definitely comes into the tunes as well, for sure.
And do you find it helpful in the face of serious things as a way of dealing with it?
Yeah, but like make sure you actually like deal with like you can't laugh everything off. You feel me? Like it's funny on the
Course.
tunes, but like you know, in real life, I'm making sure I'm good.
So, the other half. How's that going, bro?
Yeah, she's. I'm not gonna name drop her, but she's lovely. She knows. I love her to bits, man.